Well, guys, I am back. It is hot. Oh my God, it is hot. It is humid. It has rained every day. And of course, when the sun comes out like this after it's rained, it's just muggy. And I need a haircut some kind of bad. But I was messing with my audio system today, and I just want to go over a few things. Yes, I got 210s, Rockford, old school. Got a JL amp. At the fuse box, I've already had a system in this car. I took everything out. But at the fuse box, if you can see right there, that's turned green. That's where corrosion has got in there, and that'll definitely mess up your system. So make sure if any of that's there, you cut it out or replace the wire. Also, the previous system, I had voltage drop like crazy. When I took out my back seats, I realized it had been crushed. A lot of people don't know that electricity has the same principle like water in a water hose. If you kink it there, that's going to be the spot of most resistance. With electricity, that resistance builds heat, and as you can tell, it was heating up some kind of good, and that's where I was getting the voltage drop. And I couldn't figure it out for the longest time. Everything was installed when I bought the car, so I really didn't think much about it. When I started taking stuff out, that's when I found that. But I decided to go back with a system. When I drive the car, it's just kind of, I just want something to jam out to, and if I ever get into meeting up with people to race, which I do sometimes. I mean, it's not a race car, but the box comes out pretty easy. But let me show you what I'm dealing with. Alright, so there is two Rockford 10s. I initially thought they was 12s just by looking at the picture, but after measuring them, they are definitely 10s. They're Punch HE2s. It's old school with a JL amp. Now, this is not the final wiring and all that. I'm just testing it out to see how it goes. I'm not a huge bass head, so this is actually quite a lot for me. I'm used to like a single 10 or a single 8. I might end up just running one of these subs with a backseat delete. I don't know. I got to figure out that's how the ground was always ran. I never had an issue with it, but for some reason that just don't feel right to me. So I might run a different ground right there. There was one right here for something else for a different sub. When I bought this car, it had the Mach system was out of it, and it had two different subs and two different one running all the inside speakers and one running the sub. Like I said, I'm not huge in the audio, so what I'm working with right now is the JL 300 4-channel. I'm just running just the back for the subs. Thought about running the rest off of this, but my radio's doing a fine enough job. So got to get all this cleaned up, figure out what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to move the amp to behind the subs, so this is still just the open area. And I'm either going to run the back seat delete, or like I said, I want it strong enough where I can put a car seat on it and still have my son ride with me if he wants to. Or I might just put the seats back in. I'm not 100% sure. It's not a, like I said, it don't take much to take them out. So if I ever want to go run somebody, I left the screws in so I don't lose them. So I can just undo them and take the seats out and do what I got to do and come back and put the seats back in. I don't know. Kind of on the fence about that. I like the idea of the back seat delete and having it where I can put the car seat there, because he's only 4. So put the car seat there and putting the seat belt through, and maybe doing one sub right in the middle. I don't know. I'm just all over the place with this. I will tell you one thing that sucks about living by the beach. Yes, there is a part that sucks. Can you see that little bit of face? That is rust on the inside. I have to keep daily. I come out and inspect this thing for new rust. That is insane. But that's where I'm at with that. I think it'd be really cool. Either do a backseat delete with the subs facing out like that. I've never had them facing that way. Always had them in the trunk, either facing to the driver's side or facing back. Just trying something new. Like I said, I traded parts for that. I didn't pay $1 for any of this stuff. I traded an intake that I had for them and some coil packs, and that's it. So under here, finally got this mounted. What I did is I turned the bracket upside down so the kick down goes down and then over, and this is mounted. I had it the other way, and because of the way this is angled, it kind of sets like this right here. You can't really tell, but that kind of pushed it down and bent this a little. So I just flipped this bracket over, and now I have plenty of room. And there's the wire I replaced to the fuse box. That's just dirty from being underneath the hood. I've already checked that all out. It's still good. So that's all I have. My neighbor. That truck, the body ain't the best, but he's got a 350 in it with a cam, and when it's just sitting there idling, that thing sounds good. It can get rowdy when he wants to, but he never really does much with it. But just rambling at this point. The 220 alt amp is doing its job. I don't have any voltage drops, but like I said, just make sure, especially at your fuse box on both sides, like if you look right here, see how that's you would normally want that, just trim that, and I'm probably going to undo that and trim it where it's further up in there so you have less chance of corrosion being in there. You can also wrap it with electrical tape, which a lot of people do. So I think I'm just going to pull it off and trim the end, you know, about the thickness of maybe a nickel, and you know, just fill that spot. That's all I'm working with right now. Just trying to get some audio, you know, kicking it old school, little bang. That's about it. So yeah, it's just not a lot going on right now. It is, like I said, other than sweating, I'm sweating like a stuck pig. You gonna say, hey, you're just gonna run off? You just gonna run off? I got little man out here with me. He loves being out in the yard when I'm out here. But I figured I would, you know, a lot of people didn't know, and honestly I didn't know for a long time, that, you know, when electrical gets crimped, it does drop. Also, another thing, like a water hose, if you have 6 foot of water hose versus 15 foot of water hose, the pressure drops because it has further to travel. Same thing with electricity. If you have a 20 foot drop cord or a 50 foot drop cord, you're going to have a voltage drop bigger at the end of the 50 foot drop, or the 50 foot drop cord, just because the travel and stuff. So watch for pinches like that. And a lot of people think, you know, you can just put it under something and bolt it down and it's good, but like I said, that resistance, it got hot. That could have been something catching on fire while I'm going down the road, or right under my kid's butt, pretty much. When I look for stuff like this, try not to cuss. I don't know why anybody would do that. And it was taped up, and I never paid it much attention. When I was looking at it today and I undid it, yeah, that's ugly. And then, like I said, this corrosion in there, that'll walk down the wire. If you don't catch it in time, it'll just keep walking, traveling, corroding. It'll go down the whole thing. So I hope this helps somebody. And again, sorry for rambling. This is just another little step of the project, getting some base. Something that's easily removed. The box is ported. It's got a port for each sub. They're separate. But that's it, man. I appreciate y'all for watching, and gonna keep on moving on with this, and hopefully I'll either get the AC figured out or delete it. I'm kind of 50-50 right now. It is so hot. I'm gonna regret deleting it, but I've put so much money into it. I'm gonna regret putting more money into it, and it's still not working right. So let me know what y'all would do in that situation if y'all made it this far. Again, thank you for watching. Peace.
Turn around, I done made it this far. Look back now, that wouldn't be too smart. Shoot for the stars even when it gets hard. Put my faith in the Lord with these 16 bars, I won't turn around. I done made it this far. Look back now, that wouldn't be too smart. Shoot for the stars even when it gets hard. Put my faith in the Lord with these 16 bars, I won't turn around. I won't turn around.